Well, when I shouldn't say this, but when she was born, her ears stuck straight out like this. She was the funniest looking thing. Doc said, "Don't worry, they'll flatten out." And she was a funny looking kid. But she started skiing probably when she was 1 year old or a year old and a couple months or something like that. We start all the Caldwell kids early, as soon as they can walk.
Sophie's dad was my coach in high school for a year, and the whole family is just a great clan of fantastic people.
But Sophie was a psychology major, which she really enjoyed, and she just always had this amazing talent of being able to totally separate her social life, her academic life, and her ski life.
Dartmouth was definitely a really important step in my progression in skiing. I think some people are ready to hit skiing full-time right out of high school, and that's great if it works for them, but I was at the point where I wasn't. I think I still needed a lot of balance in my life, and Dartmouth provided that. I could balance, and I've been able to make some big gains in the past few years, but I don't think I would have been able to had I not spent those 4 years at Dartmouth still. We had a really close team at Dartmouth, great coach, and that kind of taught me the importance of having a team behind me, and I brought that here.
Sophie is an awesome person. She's an incredible racer too, but I think what really sets her apart is she's the person you want to win, because she's so generous and giving. She's a great teammate. She trains with anyone. She'll help anyone with technique advice. And she's a really cool person to be with on the road. So when she wins, you're just like, yes, I saw it coming. And she's like such a deserving person.
She's, I think, the most incredible person I've had the chance of meeting in my life, and I'm a pretty lucky dude to have her in my life. She is probably one of the most gifted athletes I've ever met. An incredibly hard worker.
Yeah, Sophie is traditionally one of our best sprinters, and in fact is ranked number 5 in the world right now. You know, she's a dream athlete to work with. If it was a bad race, she has a smile on her face and she's talking to people saying good job. If she won the race, it's the same. She's not overly celebratory. She's one that really just sort of disguises how things went, and I love that in an athlete.
Well, I think we all have different passions as far as outreach goes, and mine is definitely working with kids.
When she does these clinics and talks to these little girls in the area, it's incredible to see how psyched these little girls get. You know, there's no doubt in my mind that these young girls are going to grow up to be really amazing people, you know, athletically or otherwise, just because they've been able to have Soph in their life, you know, just kind of showing them what's good in life and all the really sweet things.
I still think it's hasn't quite sunken in that I won a World Cup. That's always been a dream of mine, but I didn't expect it to happen this year. I didn't expect it to happen that morning when I woke up, and I don't think it really hit me until about half an hour after I crossed the finish line. But it's an incredible feeling.
What would you say to her right now if she was on the other end of this? Or?
Probably that I'm the proudest little sister in the whole world, and that I just love watching her ski. There's nothing that makes me happier. And that she slayed the downhills yesterday, and that was awesome to watch.
T2 is the biggest supporter for our club team, SMS T2.
T2 has been that kind of like that really strong glue that has brought all those pieces together, and it's totally been a difference maker.
What T2 does really well, I think, is You know, instead of focusing on, wow, you know, how am I gonna get to the race? How am I gonna pay for my flight? How am I gonna manage these expenses? They take that away. So all of a sudden you're just focusing on how am I gonna win the race?